Hey, what's up, you guys? Here today to talk about my ESP LTD H-1001FR. Of course, the FR stands for Floyd Rose. It's a kind of a super strat body shape here, the double cutaway. Now, it's got a mahogany body. It's got a a quilted maple top on it. That's not a veneer, that's an actual quilted maple piece of wood there. It's got a rosewood fingerboard, 25.5-inch scale. Now the guitar comes with EMG 81 and 85 pickups. I've got Seymour Duncan's in mine. I'm a passive pickup kind of guy. The EMGs sound killer. I mean, Zakk Wylde. But for me, the passive just works better. JB and a 59 here. Of course, Floyd Rose tremolo, volume pot, tone pot, and a three-way switch. Guitar's got ESP tuners on there. You got the locking nut, so you don't need the locking tuners. Killer guitar. The next thing I want to talk about is the neck of the guitar. It's a killer neck. Feels great. It's 24 frets. The frets are extra jumbo, so they're nice and high. The neck now, it's a rosewood fingerboard and a maple neck. Maple's kind of a snappy sounding wood. The rosewood kind of warms it up a little bit. Now the neck itself, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but up here it feels like it gets a little thicker, which is great. You got more girth for your cording and your power chords, and just power. And as you move up the neck, it gets a little thinner, fits in your hand more like butter. And the neck joint of the guitar is ESP's set through, and basically it's a set neck guitar, but it has a joint that feels just like a neck through the body guitar. I think what the set through is it's set a little deeper into the body, allowing that joint, but I don't know if you can see that, but it just fits great. 24th fret, no problem whatsoever. One thing that I failed to mention earlier, the guitar is actually an arch top. I don't know if you can see that on there, but it's not just a flat piece of wood. That's actually a carved arch top, which brings to mind the build quality of this guitar is just impeccable. That's the only word that I can think of. From the finish over top of the quilt to the abalone inlaid binding around here, up the sides of the neck, all the way around the headstock. Your inlays here, everything there is just, it's flawless. I can't come up with one thing they could have done better on this guitar. It's just phenomenal. The guitar is also lightweight, which is great. It won't break your back when you're playing live. I've seen the guitar online for around $850 and $900. Honestly, that's a ridiculously low price for a guitar like this. This is a totally pro guitar for under $1,000. A few years ago, that was unheard of. Now, check it out. Incredible. That's for my song Highball off my CD, De-Evolution of Theory. The part that I want to focus on is the last half. It's a little pedal point kind of melody thing that you may or may not have heard. It's in harmony in there, but I'm just going to focus on one part here. The foundation for this lick is more of a pedal point melody thing. I believe it comes from like 18th century or 19th century violin music, like Paganini and Vivaldi, that kind of thing. As far as for rock guitar, Yngwie is really the one who made it popular. You've heard him, I'm sure, a million times. Anyhow, what I'm doing is that kind of idea, but altering the first note of each repetition to kind of form a melody. Okay, let's really slow that down so you can see what's going on. Remember, I'm in the key of A major. First note I'm starting is the 11th fret on the D string. That's a C sharp, okay? Notice there's a little bit of string skipping in there when I go up to the B string, and also some first finger stretching where I stretch down to the 10th fret to grab that A. It's a little bit complicated, but just takes a bit of practice to get it. It's not that hard. The next shape is a little tougher. It's over the key of C, and you kind of have to do a skip all the way up to the high E string, and it's like a two fret stretch with your first finger to grab that E, just because the way you've got the going, it's not really practical to grab the E on the B string up here at the 17th fret, so you got to grab it up here at the 12th on the high E string. Anyway, slow down, that part of it goes like this. Stretch. Kind of a pain, but you practice it a million times, you'll get it. All right, the third shape is actually a good bit easier. Thank God. This one's over the E flat, and I'm starting again on the third of the note, which is a G, 12th fret G string. That one is only a one string skip and 1 fret stretch with the first finger. That part of it goes like this. Oops. All right, the final shape is, again, a little bit different. On the other shapes, I've been kind of keeping one shape when I'm doing the bounce, what I call the bounce. On this final chord, I'm doing the bounce, kind of moving my first finger around. Matter of fact, the first 3 melody notes are coming from my first finger. I do that because it's easier when I get to the point where the E flat is, it's easier for me to grab that with my second finger than it is my third. It's just how I play. So what I'm doing in order to facilitate that is like that. I'm moving the first finger. A little bit quicker. And up to speed. Anyway, so now you've got all 4 pieces, and you put them together, you get the melody. Up to speed, you get. So you just practice each part, start off slow and build up the speed as you can, and before you know it, you got the lick. See you next month.